This is a tutorial and training session for functional range conditioning, PAILs and rails of forearm supination. PAILs and rails stands for progressive and regressive angular isometric loading. In the functional range system, we use PAILs and rails to achieve three objectives. The first is to increase range of motion, length of tissue, or space within a joint. The second objective is to gain access and control of our end ranges of motion. The last objective is to improve the health and quality of connective tissue at that joint, ligament, tendon, or muscle. So what is forearm supination? If I start with my forearm in neutral here, supination is a movement of the palm and hand, wrist, and elbow out this way, such that I'm actually rotating the joints up at the elbow here. Pronation is the opposite, turning this way. Today we'll be training supination. To get set up for this, you need to find yourself either a dowel rod, a piece of PVC pipe, or even a hammer, something that we can grasp our hand upon like this, ideally something that's round. So when we do our PAILs contractions, our progressive angular isometric, we'll be taking our hand from supination and trying to pronate it over this way while we grasp upon this rod here. For our rails contractions, we're going to try to deepen our supination this way, turning further out to this direction. So let's go ahead and grab the dowel rod or PVC or hammer and go into your active end range of supination. What I'd like to see here is that your forearm stays level with the ground, your elbow is bent to 90, and your elbow stays tight to your side. Don't let it travel across that way. So we're in our end range of supination. Make sure your hand is grasping firm upon that rod or dowel. Take your opposite hand to the underside of the dowel and now try to stretch further into supination. What we're going to do is stretch this for at minimum 60 seconds, but if we have a minute and a half to 2 minutes, by all means, stretch longer. When you do your PAILs contractions, your progressive angular isometrics, you're going to be trying to take this rod and you're going to try to twist it back this way. So going from supination back into pronation. So to do that, you need to keep this hand on the underside to block that, to make it an isometric contraction. When you do your rails, you're going to be going the opposite way. We're going to try to go further into supination, in which case your hand is going to go to the top of the dowel rod to create resistance, gently trying to push down while you resist it going that way. So let's keep in the stretch for about another 60 seconds, and we'll start with our PAILs and rails. When you do your PAILs and rails, use anywhere from 20 to 80% effort or intensity of contraction. Start on the lower scale through the first few reps, and then start to up it to a higher level of intensity, all the way up to 80% if you like. So let's take a deep breath in. Hold your core tight. Start to apply your PAILs. Try to twist that hand, palm, and bar back over this way. Squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand to the top of the bar. Try to twist further out into supination. Squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grasp the underside, stretch further, apply your PAILs. Try to bend that bar down to the floor, to the midline of your body. Squeeze hard. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand to the top of the bar. Go into your rails. Try to twist the bar further up this way. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand to the bottom of the bar. Stretch further. Apply your PAILs. Rotate the bar down. Squeeze all of that forearm tissue at the elbow. Squeeze hard for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand to the top of the bar. Apply your rails. Try to twist further out. Really squeeze that forearm tissue. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand to the bottom. Stretch further if you can. Apply your PAILs. Drive that bar down to your midline. Squeeze hard. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rails. Hand to the top. Try to twist it out. Really squeeze here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last PAILs. Deep breath in. Keep your core tight. Drive that bar down into your PAILs. Squeeze that forearm hard. Ramp it up. Push hard. Push hard. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand to the top of the bar. Go into your rails. Try to rotate further into supination for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Take your forearm through some gentle pronation and supination, a little bit of flexion and extension also. This is your first time training PAILs and rails of elbow and forearm supination. Expect it to perhaps make you a little bit sore. That's not unusual because we are taking joints to their end ranges of motion, tissues to their furthest lengths and directions. So this is all very new for some of you. So if it does make you a little sore, don't be put off by that. It is a worthy trade-off to get the benefits of what we get out of our PAILs and rails training. So that's your tutorial training session for functional range conditioning, PAILs and rails of forearm and elbow supination.